Hey guys, Kenny here. Stay cool and roll out to the movies. Bye.
Hey guys, it's Kenny here. I have a collection here that I am incredibly excited and happy to show of a filmmaker director that is one of my favorites, and I think over time he's not forgotten, but I think that there are some films from him that are not really thought of as much as the three other films that he directed, but I greatly enjoy these. And my the collection I want to show is my Sergio Leone home video collection, and this is his entire filmography. First was his film debut, a directorial debut, The Colossus of Rhodes. This was kind of a difficult one. Not expensive, but these sell quick, so this was kind of a difficult one. And this is incredible. I really like how this looks. And the disc is basically the same. Nothing are on the inside, but I really like how this looks. And this is when he first began as a director, and this was his first time in epic storytelling, and I think that he did very well with it. And this is based from a real legend, and that I think the statue is still there. I think I've researched it, and I think the statue is still there. So this is a fantastic one. I greatly enjoyed that. Every actor in this is very well cast, and so that was his debut and the first Sergio Leone home video anything that I ever got. And for most people, this is probably what they started with, was the Clint Eastwood, The Man with No Name trilogy. This was in 1999, but I got this in 2003. And this I had for over 20 years, and for a long time this was the only Sergio Leone anything I ever had. And I know this could sometimes go for a lot of money, so this is one that I am going to hold on to, and I really like how this looks. Same image as a friend is here, but I like this a lot, and shows the top here. I've had this for a long time, so that's why the paper here at the top is frayed, but I think this is one that is still worth it to keep. And the first film, A Fistful of Dollars, many know what these look like already. The disc for A Fistful of Dollars looks like this. This is the front of the cover. This is the back. And each one of them have a booklet along with the trailer. And the interesting thing is with this and the second, the widescreen is letterbox, and that will become important later. And this is great. I really like this. A Fistful of Dollars, and the side for each of them also looks very different. So I like this one a lot. This is one of my favorite westerns. And I don't it's a widescreen and full screen, so there's not much to the disc to show. But the booklet is really nice. I like this a lot. This is great. There's the front, there's the back, and the inside. Each of them are quite detailed in their information. So each one of them are quite informative. So I've read through each one of these, and these are great. This is why I like collecting or getting older releases of something that probably has a newer release. So it might have paper production notes or a booklet, and this is one that I really like reading those kind of things. And let me see now. The second, for a few dollars more. And many think this is better than even a Fistful of Dollars. I like this one a lot too. And this was the one with the famous Leone Cleef as that. And he barely has any lines. Colonel Mortimer. He does have lines, but not a lot. He does not have a lot of dialogue. He has a bit more dialogue this time than in A Fistful of Dollars. So I like that a lot. This is, I like the back of this a lot. The Fistful of Dollars was full screen and widescreen. This one is only widescreen, and this is the widescreen of this is letterbox also. Oh. Here's the side for a few dollars more. They all basically have the same design, but the look of the words are different for each of them. And I think that is really, really nice. I like that. This is the disc for that. This is wonderful. I really like how this looks. With Colonel Mortimer kind of being halfway not in the picture and halfway in, so it's like a mid cross dissolve. So I like this. It's mainly orange and yellow clouds, and the booklet of the production notes also is quite different looking. This I like this image a lot. And there's not much with the back now. This so there's that, and this has a bit more production notes and pages with it. So this had more to it. I like For a Few Dollars More a lot. This is one that I think is one that incredibly well done. I always enjoyed that. And then now the last one of that, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly in that trilogy. And the widescreen of this one is anamorphic. And this is also the theatrical release, the theatrical version, and that will become important later. I liked Lee Van Cleef in this a lot, and then Eli Wallach, who Clint Eastwood and Eli Wallach, they stayed close friends up to the time he died. Eli Wallach. So I'm glad they were able to stay connected and be close friends, because Eli Wallach was also that store clerk or manager in Mystic River, and so I like this one a lot. This is an incredible one. And not only do the words look different, but even the color for each of the side of these is different. This is great. This is probably my favorite look of how the side of these look of all three of them. It's a plain gray disc, but I think this is a classic way to show it. I like this a lot, how this looks. And then the booklet. Scene selections. What the? And then the inside of the booklet. This is one of my favorite trilogy collections. Probably the oldest one that I have currently. I've now had that for 23 years. And then over 20 years later, in 2024, I finally had gotten around to buying the rest of Sergio Leone's films and completed my collection of his filmography at that time. And then I got the Man with No Name Trilogy all separate, and these are those collector's edition or special edition releases. And A Fistful of Dollars and For a Few Dollars More, and these releases are anamorphic widescreen, and I like this a lot, how these look. This is amazing. And the side is the same. Pretty looks basically the same for two of them. So this is really neat. It's the collector's edition. For First Class Western Bravado, that I agree with. This is incredible. I like this a lot. And each of the discs in all three have this similar look, and this is what all the discs look like. They have the same layout and design, and they have a booklet too, but it's made. There's the front of this one. The first part. In the back. This is great. I really like this a lot. These releases, and the second one of these releases, For a Few Dollars More. this is great. I really like how this front looks. This is the 2-disc collector's edition, same with A Fistful of Dollars. Enough action and gunplay to supply the needs of a half dozen good westerns. That I agree with. The picture at the side for 2 of these is the same as the front for 2 of them. So I like this little touch, and it looks basically it looks the same design for these 2, and the color for the discs of this one is reversed, white and brown, whereas in A Fistful of Dollars the outer part is brown and the words are white. So this is cool. I like that a lot. And this is the booklet in that. I like this front cover, front of that. Here's the inside. And then the back. Jean-Marie Volonté. He is in the previous one under a different name, and he used a different name in that, and I liked his character a lot. His name is, what do they call him? He was in the Fistful of Dollars, and he has a different name in that. And then the last of the releases for that trilogy is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And this one is special edition this time. And this one, the packaging is very different. I like this a lot. This is probably my favorite. This one of the 3 is the most elaborate. This is my favorite of how it looks. Of all 3 and how they look. This is the back of it. The side, and the side is the same on the other as the other side. 2-disc, a collector's DVD, a 2-disc DVD collector's set. And this one, it opens very different. It's like a shoebox. And I like how this one is packaged a lot. And I said that The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly in the first trilogy collection I have, I think that is a theatrical release, because in this one they added 19 minutes back into it. So this is a director's cut or extended cut, which I thought was really, really nice. That was cool. Oh, and disc 1 is at the bottom of the lid, and this went back to brown being the color around the words, and then white for the words. This was clever. I liked how they did this. And this has quite a bit of things with it too. This is the booklet. And the back. So all three of these have a booklet that is the same layout and design, and these are cool. I like this a lot. And since this is a special edition, it has something I think that is a foreign poster for it. And then this is Italian. So this is awesome. And it's really hard stock paper. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've not looked in these because I've been trying to be careful with them, so they do not get messed up at any way. But there's that first poster, and then I've never seen any of these since I got this, so this is cool. I like these a lot. This one I know I have seen. This is a wonderful looking one. It's simple in the design and not too much going on with it. So it's easy to read and to see everything. And this is the Italian title of it that you usually see online when you search this. This is what comes up. So this is great. I really like these. I've not actually looked at those until right now because I've been trying to be careful with it and not handle these too much. And then this is a print replica of the cover for the original motion picture soundtrack picture. I like this a lot. This is cool. That is one side, and then the second side is another advertisement for the soundtrack, saying remastered for the first time. So this is cool. I like this a lot. And disc 2 is on the inside, and this is the top of it, the lid. It has the first part of the words and the disc 1, and then the second part in disc 2. So this is a good idea. I like this a lot, how they designed that. So okay. This is one of my favorite releases. I greatly enjoy this, like that. And as I said, there was a film he wanted to direct after Duck You Sucker. He intended to direct that one next, but the Paramount talked him out of it, and he went ahead and did Once Upon a Time in the West. Next was Once Upon a Time in the West, and now many films have used this top first part of the title for their films. A few directors now have used these first 4 words as for titles of their films. So Once Upon a Time in whatever. So this is an incredible Western for being Sergio Leone's final Western, and he wanted to not do this and move on from Western and direct the next one after this and have that be his next film after the Duck You Sucker, but Paramount talked him into directing this instead first. But I greatly enjoy this, and many have enjoyed this, and there are actually quite many films that reference this and do shots of their own that are very reminiscent of this, like in Back to the Future Part 3. That one in particular borrowed heavily from this, like the first scene and shot of the town, Hill Valley, when it pans up over this building of the train station and showing the town. This has a very same shot in that in this. So this is referenced and borrowed from a lot. I like this one greatly. Once Upon a Time in the West. Many know of this one, but I knew of it, but I never got around to seeing it. I've seen clips of it, but never saw it all the way through. I greatly enjoyed this. And this one has Henry Fonda, and famous for also having, what's his name? Charles Bronson. I like this a lot, and this is really, really cool. I really like how the discs look. The disc 1 is there. And disc 2, this is the first shot, or I mean the first shot of all 4 of them. They're at the train station, one of the first. I like this image a lot, and how I like how this has a brown, orange, and yellow look to it in the packaging. And This is not a booklet, but I like how the scene selection page looks. This is incredible. I really like how they made this look. And then one that this was his last Western he ever directed. And then probably one of the films that might be one of his lesser known, maybe not least known, but one of his lesser known. And it was a release that it looks very much the same as the Man with No Name trilogy from that recent release. And that was Duck, You Sucker, aka A Fistful of Dynamite. And this is the one with James Coburn. This one was kind of expensive to get, but I'm incredibly glad I got this. This is probably my favorite Western from Sergio Leone. I greatly enjoyed this. Tremendous action, yeah. That I agreed with because James Coburn, his character, uses dynamite a lot. So, and there's a lot of gunplay, so tremendous action fits this very well. And this is the side of that, it looks the same as the rest of them. And the picture at the side is the same as the front. And the disc, it says Duck, You, and You Sucker. So they split the word. And this went back to white around the words and then brown for the words. So I like this a lot. This is awesome. This is the booklet with it, and this is the front of it. Here's the inside. I like this image of them together. This was a fun one. I like this scene. And the back. I got these four all separate because there was a collection release of all four of them together at 8 discs in one case. And I went, I'd rather have them all separate. And I think getting them all separate for me was, I felt better getting them like that. And it made, and going through and showing them in this, those, I think it worked out very well. I enjoyed talking about those. I think this was an incredible one for Sergio Leone to finish off directing westerns. And the last film that he wanted to actually direct after Duck, You Sucker, and this was the one that he was the most passionate about, and the one he was wanting to do probably more than anything else in his career. Was another one, Once Upon a Time, but Once Upon a Time in America. And this is the last directorial effort from Sergio Leone. This was in 1983, and I think he died in 1989. and this is a fantastic film. I really like the drama in this. It's more of a drama in the game than anything, and I felt like Sergio Leone wanted to do this more than anything else he ever directed in his life, and I greatly enjoy this one. This is the one that had that strange and botched some kind of a theatrical release, and the way the studio had it cut was very mangled from what I heard, or what I heard people say about it. And this one, it finally was able to be completed correctly, and it to how Sergio Leone's original vision was meant to be. And I like this one a lot. This is very, very well done. I think one of the best performances from Robert De Niro as well. I like him a lot in this. This was Ennio Morricone, and he did the score for all of all of he did the music score for all of Sergio Leone's films up to this, and I greatly enjoy this one. This is the 2-disc special edition. This is the theatrical version. I like that a lot. This is beautiful. How they made the words look here. And the back. This is Treat Williams and I greatly miss him. I know that his death was not his fault. He was what was it? He was driving his motorcycle and it was crashed into, and I miss him dearly. But I like this film a lot. Once Upon a Time in America. This is the inside of. Oh, this is the inside case. I like how elegant this looks. Very well done. And this is the inside with the scene index. This was a long, this was quite a long film, but I think very well done. I enjoyed this a lot. Here are the 2 discs. Oh. This is there, the scene index, but these are what the 2 discs look like. They both have the same image, and I like that a lot, how these look. And this is the back of that inside case of the case. So this is a wonderful film as a final film from Sergio Leone in his life. I like that a lot. And then I said that was a theatrical version. Years later, in I think in 2002, I think it was Martin Scorsese was able to do this. He was able to get older footage and incorporate it into the theatrical version of Once Upon a Time in America. And the added footage is not the same quality as the what was already there in the film, but I still greatly like how this looked, and I'm glad this was able to be completed. And this is the Once Upon a Time in America extended director's cut, and the front of this is also very different, almost black and white, but a slightly color also. I like this a lot. This is wonderful. I think really like how this looks. And this is probably my favorite image of Robert De Niro of the two front pictures for these. I like this one a lot. And this is the side extended Once Upon a Time in America extended director's cut, and the side picture is the same as the front. And this is from 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment, whereas the other one, the previous release was Warner Home Video. So this was 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment, and Regency, which is called New Regency also. I like this back of it. It says, a great film just became that much greater. And this has really a good description of this film, mainly explaining the director's cut and the footage that was reincorporated and restored into it. It says that the new inserts could not be restored to the same quality as the rest of the film. So that's what I was saying, where the older footage that was not already there, it was newly discovered for this release. They could not get it restored to the same quality as how the theatrical release was. But I still think it was a valiant, commendable effort. I really like it a lot. And this is the disc, disc 1 for that, and disc 2. So this is one of my favorite filmmakers and directors. I enjoy every one of his films, and this is one of the few that I have the entire filmography of, and some of these are probably kind of expensive to get, but they're all out there and available. And I greatly enjoyed going through and talking about these. So I hope you all enjoyed me going through and showing these and going in detail talking about them. And I wish that in a way maybe Sergio Leone had directed one or two other films in between. Like have one in between Duck You Sucker and Once Upon a Time in the West, and one in between Once Upon a Time in the West and Once Upon a Time in America. Have a film in between that, so it's like one before Once Upon a Time in the West, before and after Duck You Sucker, and then one after Once Upon a Time in the West, and before Once Upon a Time in America. I kind of wish there had been maybe one or two more, but I know that his health near the end of his life, even in the 1970s, was not good. He did not look good when I looked at later pictures of him in his life. But I think he was an incredible director, film and filmmaker, and I could certainly see why and how Clint Eastwood took great inspiration from him for the film Unforgiven. Uh, I know that was an homage to Sergio Leone. That was mainly what that was about and what that was for. So I uh, greatly see the influence that Sergio Leone had on Clint Eastwood. And I enjoyed going through and talking about these. I hope you all enjoyed me talking about them as much as I did showing and talking about them. So click subscribe up here on my channel or down here if you're watching the video by itself. Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Stay cool and roll out to the movies. Bye.